By the beginning of the week of May 27th, 16 witnesses had already been called. The prosecution aims to build a picture of Diddy's daily life, exposing how his routine created an environment of threats, physical, psychological, and sexual violence. The defense, in turn, seeks to discredit the morality and objectives of each witness. May 27 began with the testimony of Capricorn Clark, a former employee of Diddy for nearly 15 years. She served as marketing director, personal assistant, and creative director for Cassie Ventura. Clark revealed that Diddy threatened her from the very first day of work, taking her to an isolated spot in Central Park and saying he would kill her if anything happened. She was also accused of jewelry theft, which resulted in her house being searched and her being subjected to a lie detector for 5 days, under the threat of being thrown into the East River. She described an exhausting work routine from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. every day, with no meal breaks and no overtime pay. Additionally, Clark had to leave candles, baby oil, and cameras in Diddy's room. She also confirmed buying drugs for him and seeing him use them. Clark recounted an incident where Diddy physically assaulted her for complaining about the routine and confiding in another employee. She resigned, but later agreed to work as marketing director for Diddy's women's line, focusing on Cassie Ventura. One of the most striking testimonies was about the discovery of Cassie's relationship with Kid Cudi. In December 2011, Diddy, armed and furious, burst into Clark's house, forced her to go with him to Kid Cudi's house to kill him. Clark called Cassie to warn her. Afterward, Diddy forced her to convince Cassie and Kid Cudi not to report him to the police, threatening to kill them all. Clark testified that Diddy fired her in 2012, threatening to prevent her from working again and that he would make her commit suicide. Years later, Diddy rehired her to take care of Cassie, and Clark noticed Cassie was using many more drugs. Diddy's lawyers tried to discredit Clark's testimony. They questioned her about a meeting in 2024 for a possible rehire and about having a crush on Diddy, showing her messages confirming it. The defense insinuated that unrequited love could influence her testimony. They also asked about Cassie's career, and Clark confirmed that, initially, Cassie had access to the best resources of the record label. She also said that, in her understanding, Cassie was still dating Diddy when she started her relationship with Kid Cudi. The defense denied that Clark's forced trip to Kid Cudi's house was a kidnapping. Emails from Clark begging Diddy's forgiveness in 2014 and 2015, when she was unemployed, were shown, bringing her to tears. Police officer Christopher Ignacio testified about the invasion of Kid Cudi's home in December 2011, reporting seeing a car belonging to Diddy's record label flee the scene. He confirmed that no one mentioned weapons and that Kid Cudi did not. Complaint of theft, arson investigator Lance de Menezes testified about the fire in Kid Cudi's car in January 2012. Photos of the car were analyzed, showing damage from a Molotov cocktail. The investigation revealed that the fire was smaller than expected and that the bottle showed a partial female DNA profile. The firefighter also stated that Clark and Cassie never responded to him during the investigation. Stylist Deontay Nash testified that he worked for Diddy for 10 years, witnessing Diddy threatening and hitting Cassie many times, and also threatening to expose her explicit videos. He described an episode in 2013 or 2014 where Diddy brutally assaulted Cassie, pulling her hair and kicking her until she bled. Nash called the police but was prevented from proceeding. He also reported that Diddy physically assaulted him in 2013. Nash confirmed that Diddy filmed Cassie with other men and that she never wanted to do it, but did so due to Diddy's pressure. He also witnessed Diddy hitting Cassie in the face in 2015. Nash did not report the assaults out of fear and said that Cassie would go to hotels to hide from Diddy, taking money and sex toys. He stated that he is still in contact with Diddy and Cassie and that he does not hate him or has sued him. The defense questioned Nash, who confirmed that working for Diddy boosted his career. He agreed that it was common for record labels to take care of artists' appearances and that Diddy did not prevent Cassie from doing other work. Nash also confirmed that he saw Cassie using drugs and that he himself used them. The defense seeks to show that no witness is 100% saintly and that Diddy is not 100% a scoundrel. On May 29th, Deontay Nash continued his testimony, confirming that Diddy's employees knew that Cassie and Kid Cudi were dating. He also clarified that he learned of Cassie's sexual performances when Diddy threatened to release her videos. Diddy's Former personal assistant Mia, a pseudonym to protect her identity, testified next, describing the work environment as chaotic and toxic, with Diddy's mood determining the atmosphere. She was also assaulted and sexually assaulted by Diddy. Mia reported working much longer hours than agreed, receiving a lower salary. Her first 24 hours of work were sleepless, and she had no freedom to leave without Diddy's permission. She suffered constant humiliation. Mia and Cassie were close friends, and Mia confirmed that Cassie's relationship with Diddy was abusive and controlling. Diddy would take Cassie's car or jewelry as punishment and regulated her time with friends. After beatings, Cassie would hide in hotels. Mia also detailed the Prince party in 2010, where Diddy assaulted Cassie and Prince's security team had to intervene. The next day, Mia's pay was suspended for insubordination. She described a 2012 trip to the Bahamas with Diddy and Cassie as a nightmare, where Cassie ran and screamed for help, fleeing to the beach from Diddy. Mia did not report Diddy because she believed his authority was above the police and feared that reporting would be considered blackmail. She also cleaned Diddy's hotel rooms, which were left with baby oil, candle wax, and sometimes blood. Mia said Diddy forced her to use drugs and threw objects and food at her. In one episode, Diddy took Mia's phone and did not return it, hitting her arm against a door and saying he would send her compromising photos to his phone. She confessed to having been sexually assaulted by Diddy several times. The first time was on Diddy's 40th birthday, when he praised her, gave her drinks, and she woke up confused on the mansion's terrace. She described another episode where Diddy assaulted her in her room while she was lying down and in his closet. The assaults occurred when Diddy was without a girlfriend nearby. She explained that she could never say no for fear of having her career ruined and being silenced. On the last day of the third week of trial, Mia returned to the witness stand. Friendly messages between her and Diddy were presented, where they said, "I love you" to each other. Mia explained that this was a way to maintain the dynamic that made her feel safe. She also confirmed that even while being abused, she clung to the good parts of the relationship, as the psychologist explained the previous week. Mia had difficulty leaving her job, fearing that Diddy would end her career. In 2017, she had to hire lawyers to negotiate her termination and bonus payment, receiving only half of the agreed $400 million. In November 2023, a Diddy security guard contacted her after Cassie Ventura sued him, implying that Diddy wanted her to publicly defend him or would rehire her. Mia felt it was an attempt to buy her silence. Diddy also began sending her messages, asking to talk, which terrified her. Mia testified that she was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder after working with Diddy, living in constant panic. The defense tried to discredit Mia by showing photos she herself posted with Diddy on her social media, at events and parties, including one with her head resting on his chest. The lawyer questioned how she could have had good times with Diddy if he terrorized her. Mia responded that social media is for showing a good life, even if it's not the reality, and that she wanted her family not to know about her suffering. Another post by Diddy reposted by Mia with the caption, "Beside every great man, there is a great woman. P.S. Sorry, I was acting crazy last night." And Mia's response, "The most beautiful caption ever. Thank you, Puff. I love you. You showed me the world," was used by the defense. Mia explained that the post was Diddy's way of apologizing for threatening her life the night before. The defense continued to question how she could have had fun with Diddy if she feared him. Mia replied, "It's easy because the dynamic changes. So, when things were good, we felt really safe and forgot. We almost forgot about these things." Photos of Mia on her 40th birthday, when she was sexually assaulted for the first time, were also used. Mia explained that she was expected to make that type of post as an employee. Mia spoke out saying, "In an abusive relationship, there's a cycle of violence. I was young, manipulated, and anxious to survive. I'm unraveling a lot of that now in therapy." No one was there to say that these things that were happening were wrong. There was no one around us who even cared about his behavior. I was always in trouble and always trying to find a way not to get into trouble. I have a logical brain and a traumatic brain, and the traumatic brain usually wins. Over time, it normalizes, and you just try to get back to what's good. You make excuses for people. I like to please people. I'm empathetic. I'm a rule follower. I just wanted to do my best and make everyone happy all the time. So, I usually accept a lot more than normal people. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if I should apologize for it. "I forgive people all the time." The defense suggested that Diddy did not force any sexual contact, but Mia maintained that she would not lie in court. She also explained that she was sad when she was fired from Diddy's film company because it represented the end of her dream of a career in cinema, and not because she wanted to stay close to her abuser. Mia will return to testify this week, and the trial continues to expose the complexity of abusive relationships, where victims often remain trapped in a cycle of love and hate. This case helps us better understand why victims may have difficulty reporting or leaving an abusive relationship.